Okay, we are back with Kayla Houchin from Sonder Bakehouse. We're going to talk a little bit about your time as a fax teacher, give us some tips, but Heidi just asked on the break how you came up with the name for Sonder Bakehouse.
Sonder. So I came across that word. I was in actually Seattle traveling. It was November 2019. And that word really just means that every stranger, every passerby, random person that you meet, that everyone has their own story worth celebrating, their own hopes and dreams and ambitions and conflicts and struggles. But every story is worth celebrating and worth knowing. So I couldn't get that head out of my word for about 5 months, and then April I decided I need to change the name. Indulgence was great, it served its purpose, but it didn't mean anything to me.
Sure.
Where if you really know me, you'll know exactly why Sonder Bakehouse is the name.
I think we're getting to know more about you than just as a baker today, and I love it because that's also part of that branding. It's important, I think, very much so.
Well, we were visiting, you mentioned, well, you're self-taught, but then you did teach as a fax teacher for a little while.
Yeah, that was interesting because I have a PE and health degree, so I was after I taught fax, I ended up doing that for 2.5 years in town, but I applied for a PE teacher at this school, and they're like, well, we filled that position, but we have a fax position open.
Which is like a home ec, right?
Yeah, family and consumer sciences, but yeah, I had like a nutrition class, another foods class, a sewing class, a parenting class, a financial literacy class, yeah, all that stuff. But I did that for 1 year, but it was a great learning experience, and I was only like one step ahead of those kids, so we were all learning together because I didn't know what was going on.
Unless it came to the baking, though, right?
But yeah, one class, the girls, we baked some fun cakes, and that's
so cool.
So treat us like your students, and you're the teacher. What are some tips, for people, maybe do's or don'ts in the kitchen?
In the kitchen.
Oh gosh. Well, just really simple things like fully reading the recipe. Because there's things like you might need to take, these eggs might need to be at room temperature, or maybe there's something you should have done. Maybe this frosting needed to set for 6 hours before you could use it. And, that just happened yesterday. I was going to make this, they were called s'mores party squares, but made the marshmallow layer. Actually, one of my employees did, but she's like, oh, it has to set overnight. I was like, well, that's fine. Good thing we don't need it till Friday. But we just read the recipe before we made it. And we're like, oh. So just reading through and just having all of your ingredients in place, right? Every single thing you need, in weighing your ingredients, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, just for consistency. So everyone should have a kitchen scale.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
If you're mostly for baking, right?
Yeah, just because you want to be, precise. It's
yeah.
Well, especially with what you're with baking or with cakes, wedding cakes, and some of these. Well, as you were saying, not everyone.
With macarons in particular, you have to have a kitchen scale, just because they're so finicky. Which down there in the box.
Yeah, I love it. That's so cool. And really, I mean, you are very, very detailed. So, I mean, we're looking at this little watermelon cookie and the popsicle and the cactus, which is so cute. But anyway, there's lots of detail on here. So you really do, that's another, we know that, we can tell that, but that is important, I think, in following recipes to know as well. You need to be
and just
detailed.
Adding, little extra touches and making the extra time to make that product good and make, your clients want to come back to you. Just providing a really great service.
What are some of your customer favorites that people have and they come back for more?
Macarons.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever had one.
Well, you've got free
Today's the day.
To try from.
I'm going to have to try one. I've never. I hear they're
kind
delish.
of unique flavors today a little bit. Well, there's mint, basil, lavender, and lemon. But my most popular bestsellers are salted caramel and birthday cake.
Ooh.
And then sugar cookies are fairly popular too.
Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong with.
And then
that's what we have here.
In general.
So
okay,
people are in. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was going to say these
those
cookies.
Yeah, I actually just made those for the first time on Sunday, but I've been wanting to try them for a long time, and I don't know if I should have because they're really addictive.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm
going to take one of everything.
So those are caramel popcorn. Yeah, just drop regular
popcorn.
cookies. Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Sweet and salty.
Just something different.
And yeah,
That's cool. Very cool.
And all I was going to ask is if people do want to follow you on your social media platforms, you know, and we're talking even about your location, it's like a great location, but kind of a hidden location.
yeah, that's exactly right. It's in Oak Ridge Loop, but it's tucked away from the main road because it's Veterans and 32nd Avenue, but it's right behind 32nd Avenue. So there's buildings blocking it. But I mean, if you Google it, it's easy to find.
So it's right over in that like Cashwise,
Yes, near
you know,
Cashwise,
Brickhouse,
Yep.
you know, yes. So there's
Yeah.
lots
Which is
of
a great
That's why I
new
say it's a great
location.
location. I live right over there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
36 I
great
was like,
for
how do I
you.
not know about this? Everyone should move to West Fargo right along Veterans and 32nd Avenue.
That's where all the new
And
things are going.
how do we find you on social media?
So there's Facebook, Instagram, so just Sonder Bakehouse, and then www.sonderbakehouse.com.
And beautiful pictures, Instagram
Yes.
worthy, and we're trying these treats and we know they're delicious as well. So
Oh, I can't wait.
haven't tried them
so much fun. Well, I tasted a little frosting.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, I
Such a
accidentally stuck my finger in it, and then I had to taste it.
Oh, of course. That's how it works.
Thank you so much for coming in
Accidentally.
today, Kayla. It was so much fun just to
Yes.
visit, and
Thank
you
you.
know, we love to support small businesses and local businesses and everything that you're doing. So thank you so much for
Thank you
coming in.
guys for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Stay with us. Coming up next on Earth Code today, you can grab a brat or a hot dog and help out the Golden Kids Homeless Drive. We'll tell you when and where next.